In the morning chill of the Barcelona circuit, a moment occurred that took the breath away from the Formula One world. The McLaren MCL40 emerged from the garage, leaving aside its usual Papaya colors for a fierce shakedown design dominated by silver and black. This isn't just a color change, it is a declaration of the aggressive philosophy with which the Woking-based team has prepared for the 2026 technical revolution. The MCL40's 80s-inspired six-spoke wheels and aerodynamic droopy nose structure, reminiscent of the early 2000s, managed to surprise even the most experienced engineers in the paddock. The narrower and shorter chassis structure brought by the 2026 regulations has turned from a constraint into a veritable playground for McLaren engineers. In this video, we will examine in the finest detail the impossibly thin sidepod structure of the MCL40, its seamless integration with the Mercedes power unit, and the telemetry expectations leaked from the first laps in Barcelona. As the F1 Perspective team, we share the latest and deepest technical data of the paddock with you in a pure language, free from gossip. If you want to witness the first steps of McLaren's elegant yet dangerous silver beast on the path to the championship, subscribe now and turn on notifications. Our strategy desk is ready. We are exposing the secret floor details under the MCL40 and the secrets Woking is hiding. McLaren's choice of this black and silver color scheme for the Barcelona Shakedown has stirred waves of nostalgia among F1 fans. This design, serving as a tribute to the dignified and bullet-like aesthetics of the Ron Dennis era, actually serves a performance-oriented purpose as well. With every single gram being vital in 2026 cars, shedding paint weight and showcasing the raw power of carbon fiber has become a necessity for teams. However, McLaren did this while creating the most stylish car in the paddock by combining it with nostalgic TE37-style six-spoke wheels. This design is more than just visuals, it may also be part of a camouflage strategy used to hide the car's aerodynamic lines. Especially the disappearing of undernose flow and floor inlets among the dark colors is a brilliant way to hide data from rival spy cameras. McLaren's silver and black choice serves as a psychological intimidation to its rivals before returning to Papaya colors. We are not just fast, we are brave enough to rewrite the rules. The first striking and most debated detail in the design of the MCL40 is its design reminiscent of the aggressive droopy nose philosophy of the early 2000s, rather than the strange nose structures of 2014. McLaren engineers narrowed the nose as much as possible, extending it directly below the front wing mainplane to maximize the airflow beneath it. This design plays a key role in stabilizing the high-pressure zone required for the operation of the active front wing mechanism in the 2026 regulations. Positioning the nose so low ensures that airflow is injected directly under the chassis and into the venturi ducts rather than just to the sides. While some analysts call this nose structure a mini 2014, it is actually a much more refined and millimetric aero engineering product. The position of the active flaps on the front wing works in synchronization with this nose structure during straight mode and corner mode transitions to adjust the car's aerodynamic balance within milliseconds. McLaren's radical nose choice aims to take control of the air's journey under the car much earlier, compared to the higher and wider nose designs of its rivals. The technical detail that surprised the paddock the most is the impossibly thin sidepods of the MCL40. McLaren, using the 2026 Mercedes power unit, seems to have performed a magic trick regarding cooling packaging. This design, which prompts the question, "Where are the radiators?" shows they have addressed the new cooling needs of the 2026 Mercedes engine architecture radically. To dissipate the heat generated by the 350 kilowatt MGUK unit, McLaren has minimized sidepod inlets and shifted part of the cooling load to the top of the car, the airbox area, and under the engine cover. In this way, the sidepods are narrowed so much that the wake going to the rear wheels is almost entirely eliminated. This ultra-slim philosophy provides a vital advantage in reducing aerodynamic drag on the shorter 2026 cars. However, how such a thin sidepod structure will affect engine reliability in high-temperature races remains a question. Although McLaren engineers claim that wind tunnel data provides a perfect correlation between cooling efficiency and aerodynamic gain, the real test will be seen in the scorching heat of Bahrain. Nevertheless, this silhouette of the MCL40 proves it is a candidate for being the most aerodynamically efficient car in the paddock. Moving to the rear of the MCL40, we see how much the engine cover and the shark fin area have been miniaturized. McLaren has made the engine packaging so compact that the rear of the car is essentially just a carbon fiber shell, tightly wrapped around the exhaust pipe and gearbox. This tight packaging philosophy maximizes downforce by ensuring the air reaching the rear wing is continuous and high energy. The removal of the MGUH in 2026 engines allowed for the repositioning of the turbo and exhaust systems, and McLaren used this opportunity to lower the car's center of gravity even further. The minimal use of cooling loops on the engine cover is another proof that cooling is managed along the car's center instead of the sidepods. While some commentators find this design F2-esque, simple like a Formula 2 car, the complex heat management and flow dynamics underlying this simplicity make the MCL40 one of the most advanced cars on the grid. McLaren's compact rear section will allow the car to maintain its balance, especially on windy tracks, and let the active rear wing's Z-mode effect be felt much more dramatically. One of the most debated topics in the photos leaked from the Barcelona Shakedown is the claim of fakeness in the floor edges and front wing details. Many technical analysts believe that some parts of the car McLaren brought to Barcelona, especially the bargeboard-like structures and complex floor vanes, are fake aero parts designed solely to mislead rivals. It is no secret that Zak Brown and his team will hide their true aerodynamic secrets until the final day of Barcelona testing. The floor structure used during the shakedown, containing some concepts from 2025, is a strong signal that McLaren is saving the real floor design developed for 2026 for the Bahrain tests. However, the fixed parts such as the car's suspension geometry and main body lines are real. This gives us a clear idea about the main character of the MCL40. If these structures called large boards truly represent a grey area in the new rules, McLaren could gain seconds of advantage over its rivals at the start of the season. However, the general consensus in the paddock is that these parts are just render errors or misleading plastic pieces. Whatever the truth, McLaren's mysterious stance is proof of how high tension the 2026 technical war will be. When we compare the McLaren MCL40 with the Ferrari SF-26, we see how differently two giant teams approach the 2026 regulations. While Ferrari focuses on double pushrod suspension and a more voluminous but aerodynamically efficient nose structure, McLaren is chasing maximum straight-line speed and agility using Mercedes engine power with ultra-thin sidepods and a low nose. While the MCL40's six-spoke wheels and compact rear section increase the car's agility in corners, Ferrari's packaging appears more focused on stability and mechanical grip. According to Barcelona data, McLaren seems slightly faster than Ferrari during straight-mode transitions, which could be proof of the Mercedes power unit's hybrid efficiency. However, Ferrari's weight advantage could balance McLaren's aero superiority in the first half of the season. Comments from Norris and Piastri after the shakedown that the car feels very different prove that the MCL40's driving character has completely broken away from 2025. The clash between these two giants in Barcelona and Bahrain will determine the true king of the 2026 season. McLaren currently leads as the paddock's most stylish and mysterious car, but the true face of performance will become clear on the Barcelona asphalt on January 27. In conclusion, McLaren has entered the 2026 season with the MCL40, not just with a car, but with a statement of intent. While this shakedown design dominated by silver and black signals a return to the Woking-based team's glorious past, the aggressive technical choices are enough to keep rivals awake at night. The impossible sidepods, the low nose design, and the hybrid harmony achieved with the Mercedes power unit are engineering marvels designed to put Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri into the championship hunt. The Barcelona Shakedown was just the warm-up lap of this long marathon. True performance will emerge during those major test days where wind tunnel data and on-track times are compared. Will McLaren's secret aero tactics win, or Ferrari's mechanical stability? 2026 is a candidate for being the most exciting year in Formula One history, and we will continue to analyze every step to the smallest detail. Do you think McLaren can reach the top again with this silver beast, or is this design just a show? I await your comments. Don't forget to join our strategy team and follow this technical war with us. In our next deep dive, we leave the pit to examine the response rivals will give to this silver threat. Take care, stay with the race.